Hello, hello. Today we're just gonna hop into it because why the heck not? I don't have a before show recorded. I don't even have an audio test up. We are just rocking and rolling and have no idea which way we're going. Nothing new though. Nothing new. Sometimes when you have to take the road less traveled by, which is finding a little bit of who you are just so you can operate in this world, you have to take the road less traveled by. No one's been down that road before. It's scary. It's very scary. Hi there. Hey, welcome on into another episode of the Digital Quill podcast with your host, Mars Wilson. I am currently playing Dreamlight Valley with my right hand while kind of also talking to you and glancing over at my notes every time I come back to look at the camera. I have a star path to grind and, only 4 days left to do it, and I don't play video games that much anymore, so, I do and I don't. It's less than when I was younger, more than when I was a younger adult, and it's managed. It's enough to, pretend it's still a hobby. Yeah. Anyway, that's actually a great conversation for our first topic of the day. So, Dreamlight Valley. What are you guys doing? Am I correct to believe when I hear or see that we do not have a week-long break in between Star Pass and updates? Once this ends, the new one begins? Interesting. Because that's what it's looking like. And, Okay. Keep doing stuff like that. Keep making the star path easy to grind without tasks that are too, grindy. And, do the routine duty things, because that's kind of cool. And, gives me a reason to play once a week. And, yeah. Kudos. Good job. That's actually an improvement. And that DLC you're releasing in November. You're releasing a horse DLC in November. Honestly, screw you for making me need to spend more money or want to spend more money, but also good job. Good job. It looks like a commendable addition to an already alright game. But no week break? Zero? Zilch? You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you know what I'm talking about, because Disney Dreamlight Valley does the Star Path thing, right? And it's like a seasonal thing. Some games do seasonal bonuses and whatnot, and you kind of have to play a bunch of it in order to get some of the rewards that may or may not return later, and a way to purchase them outright or something to that effect with in-game currency. And it involves different things like tasks you would already do in the game itself. But it's neat. It's neat, and it's also, I don't know, a way for players who don't have the time to sink into games to kind of still get the enjoyment of playing game. I know my roommate kind of questions why I still play it even though it has so many issues and I have a love-hate relationship with it, but at the end of the day, it's better than Sims 4. I said what I said. When you grew up playing all of the other Sims and you played 3 and then you tried to play 4 off and on through the years, you're just no. I sunk so many hours into The Sims 3 and to The Sims 2 Castaway. It's absurd, honestly, and every time I try to even get back into Sims 4 especially, they took away some of the things I liked in 3, and it just doesn't feel the same. I was hoping for Life by You or whatever that simulation break off from The Sims was, but that got canceled, and so did I think Project Renee, which was the new addition for the Sims franchise. Lame. As a gamer, I personally think that's lame. But Dreamlight Valley fills that void. Animal Crossing too, when I do play that. So I shrug my shoulders at that. Judge me as you will. I don't mind having a love-hate relationship with things. Duality is important. And so is polarity. I actually think that would fall more into the realm of polarity. Oh, I have some things I need to pull up. 1 second while I hit the pause button. And we're back. Not that you are going to notice much of a difference because the pause button doesn't really show much of a break. I just change positions and start talking about something completely different in an entirely different tone and cadence. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I just found out that the reward that I've been aiming for the entire time during the star path of the road trip start path or retro road trip is 300 of the tokens that you would use to unlock it. Let the grinding commence as soon as I hit end recording on this because oh my gosh. Wow, DDLV. As soon as I was just about to be like, oh, you're such a... I can't even mock it anymore. I can't. You... Good job, I guess. Is that what you would like to hear? Because there you go. Good job, I guess. Now release the DLC, and for the love of God, please make it free for the legacy players. If you're not going to make it the game free to play, give the legacy players who started hoping it would be free to play, you know, a gift, a token of your appreciation. I can't do it. I can't ask them anything. Goodbye. I grind you later. That... No, thank you. That was... I'll grind you later. That... Nope. That's going in the please never say that again. The thing that I was pulling up, the reason that I paused, the thing that I forgot to share with you is actually right here. Let me show you. So, first things first. The piece that they are talking about is a letter or poem to a time that the universe was sending you a clear message. I've talked about this in prior episodes. I know I have. I've even probably talked about this piece. I'm going to read it again because I'm probably going to have to read it out loud tonight, and I need to keep a straight fucking face. I need to do the whole performance of the piece, and I didn't think this one was going to get selected. I was really hoping of all the ones I do write, this one was going to get, like, passed over. But here we are. And when you get placed into the second round, you can enter the Zoom meetings. This is kind of like a behind the scenes of how the Unsealed works, in case you are still hesitant and don't think you want to join a community for just 5 morsels of dollars a month. You can take away the Starbucks for a little bit. I know that's like 7. It's okay. Community is better than your frappuccinos anyway, and you can make them at home. I can show you recipes. Once we get into Mars's Kitchen stuff, we will start making cheap, popper-based homemade coffee that still tastes like the real thing and is better for your bang, and also you can share it with friends. I mean, I guess you could share Starbucks with friends, but come on, guys. It's a corporation. They don't care about you like your friends and family and the neighbors around you probably do. Hopefully do. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. So many do's. I entered the first one, which is the one for tonight. I put myself purposefully in this one because I'm like, I don't want to do it. And that's exactly why I should. So I was like, oh, hey, it also aligns perfectly with recording today. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Here we... Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Here we fucking go. Okay. It's 10 minutes now, sorry. I need to make sure that I can get further enough, because, like, I've heard rumors that you want to save swearing and other things for after 10 minutes. That's, like, kind of when YouTube and other places stop caring about what you're saying, profanity-wise, as far as, like, language goes, like, swear words. That's actually become my mantra, in a way, for, like, almost everything. Here we fucking go. And it's, like, in different tones. If something bad happens, it's like, here we fucking go. If something good happens, here we fucking go. Like, I'm trying to get pumped up and amped and ready. I guess you could call this my fight song. I don't know. Anyway, submit write a poem or letter about a time the universe sent you a clear message. So I wrote it to the message because I guess we'll just explain it. And this is incentive to watch prior episodes for anyone who is just tuning into the podcast now. I won't tell you what the number 47 means. The only thing you will have is this episode. And if you are curious, and it's actually a little interesting and kind of funny just watching my brain melt while I uncover this. But if you're curious, see other episodes. Go watch other episodes where I talk about numerology or 47 or the unsealed, especially the unsealed. I'm not a numerologist, but numbers haunt me. Also, as I said in prior episodes, when I do the unsealed, like, photos, because you have to submit a photo to be able to enter your piece. I edited this. I overlaid it with a few different things because I had found the GIF or the meme where everything is a sign if you're crazy enough, and I'm like, you know what? You're right. Everything is a sign if you're crazy enough, and I certainly am. But I overlaid it with a few other images and, like, kind of, like, gave it the more me vibe, I guess. But here we go. I'm not a numerologist, but numbers haunt me. Dear 47, I'm not sure what you want from me. I've done a lot of reading, numerology, theology, and a little Bible study too. I've talked about you, I've cursed others with you, but I don't really know you. 747, my birth time, 1047, the year my mother figure Esk was born, 47, the number that started popping up almost everywhere a while ago, but it stops just as noticeably too. I have witnesses and a testimony to tell me I'm not crazy. I might be. It doesn't help that we are in the 47th presidential term, a fact I try to ignore. Can we talk for a minute, 47? I know we may have a personal connection. 1947 is 747 in a 24-hour clock. 47, two numbers by themselves, are in my numerology charts. But I have but I have a hard time believing in numbers. Weird for what else I believe in, right? If I truly believed nothing was impossible, wouldn't I believe you too? When 47 is supposed to mean good things, then why won't I subscribe? Surely adding more good can't hurt, right? I have receipts and photos of you appearing in places you shouldn't. Just ask anyone I've talked to romantically at length over the last 4 years. What do you want from me? I'm tired of asking. Should I just lean in, toss my hands up when you show up and say, sure, I concede, I'm actually doing okay? Or should I take it as a warning? The message 47 is still unclear. But you're damn near everywhere. A constant, a system, a routine. I may wonder what you mean, but also following my beliefs, maybe you don't have to mean anything. Maybe you only mean what I want you to mean. There was a typo there. Maybe I won't know. Maybe someone else knows. Maybe it matters in some way, and maybe it doesn't. But it's nice to keep questioning you. 47, 47, 47. You haunt me, you weird enigma, you. You weird me out, you keep me curious. You're a clear sign for sure, but for what, I'm honestly not sure. But I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. After all, I'm finally living. Just a little, more than before, and a lot right now. I guess that's hard to imagine, but 47 probably gets it, even if it is just a couple of digits. Then again, maybe the digits matter too. So I guess, thank you, numbers and letters, for keeping my ears and eyes and other senses open, for teaching me in weird ways. You're a sort of comfort. Signed, your haunted non-numerologist. I didn't think that one was going to get in, but now that I kind of reading it out loud, I'm just like, yeah, no, there's a bit of storytelling there, I guess. Here we go. One of my friends gave me a challenge. They're like, okay, Mars, you're going to sign into this meeting, right? You are going to be super freaking responsive. You are going to answer every question if you can. You're not going to take the spotlight from other people, but you are going to be there as a support for everyone in that chat room. And I'm just like, I mean, that's what I want to do, but like, scared. Very scared. Send help. But yep, that is that's what's going on, and I guess in a update podcast unsealed style way. Moving right along. Let me cross out some notes I've already done with this colorful pen. Yeah, I've done that. Yep, okay, here we go. I hope while you when I take pauses, you remember to breathe. And there's one method of breathing of which I have shared before. And I'm sure on other episodes, there's one or two humans, I can't remember whomst, shared their own breathing techniques. And I can't remember if it was on TikTok or if it was on YouTube or chat. Was it in chat? It could have been in chat. This is why I don't really like doing DMs, and this is why I don't like social media, because like I'm already like able to like scatterbrain my already scattered brain, but like adding all of those extra elements and then some, it's like, okay, now I'm going from already scatterbrain to now it's a system of scatterbrainness, and it's not a system I designed, so I don't really understand it. And it's a whole thing. I can't explain that right now in ways that will make sense without just completely rambling for the next forever. So I'm not going to do that. But I am going to talk about the little TikTok break I took and how nice it is to just delete apps off my phone, barring the consequences, and live. Just exist in like flesh and bone and live. It's liberating. It's very it's so nice when you spend your time talking digitally, either for work or social or just anything. It gets kind of isolating in a different way, and sometimes it's not an isolation we can name anymore because we've grown so accustomed to it, but it's there. Taking that break from TikTok like kind of reminded me, like just before I had taken that break, I had developed the habit again of always being on my phone even when I didn't want to be, and I would like constantly have to fight myself to like put it down. And when I took it off my phone and I just gave myself that space to go back to being, once I re-downloaded it, I haven't really spent that much time there. Could I potentially fall back into the pattern of it happening again? Yeah. But when it starts to become too much of a frustrating problem I can't break, or even like before then, I might just be like, okay, goodbye, because I owe no loyalty to anything but like, you know, people. And like I noticed when I'm off those social media apps, like I'm starting to be able to work on the muscle of being more present and like Discord messages and like texting and calling, and it's a nice change. I'm breaking habits that I needed the space to break, and I finally have that space. Take my tips, and hopefully maybe you can mend them to your own life, because that's all I can hope when I share my stories and my experiences and my opinions, my very harsh opinions, that it helps more than it hurts. Which, by the way, speaking of numerology, I have an astrology app called CoStar. And for shits and giggles, in the morning or like during the day, I will try to check like what the flavor text message is, and like, because it's different every day. And I'm like, how does this apply? Like, I will like be like, okay, I know this is bullshit, but like, how does this like apply? Like, what is the message itself? What do I feel? What do I think? What am I thinking about? Like, it's a way of like staying present and grounded in a way, and like my reality. And it gets me thinking sometimes. And CoStar this morning was like, it's okay to cut people off. And I laughed, and I was like, you know, stop listening to my conversations, for one. And two, it is. If people are robbing you of your peace and your ability to have like a copacetic relationship with them or with yourself or with your life, like, you can cut them off. As me and a friend of mine explained it the other day, different friends and different people in our life sometimes need higher tolls on their bridges. You can eventually revoke the tolls or lower the toll, but sometimes people need hefty tolls that almost make it impossible to cross through, or any of the various spectrums. That's just like one of the extremes. And I'm thinking of I haven't talked to them in years, but I'm thinking of some very specific people on that one. That one hurts. Having to put the toll, it's kind of like, I don't want to do this, but you've left me no choice. I'm sorry. They talk about killing things with kindness. What happens if kindness kills you? Like, not like someone kills you because you're too kind, but like, you put yourself in a position where you might, or like, you can't make the hard decisions, so you end up just killing everybody. There's like a psychology question that almost talks about this in a way, and I forget what it is, because it's the eternal problem of, do you save the 5 people or the 1 people on the train? And then people get into the subject of, well, the 1 person could do blah 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 with their life, or the 5 people are blah blah blah, and it's like, there's no good answer. Really, that's a subjective answer. I wish some things were easier, but like, I guess you wouldn't know easy and peaceful without the opposite. So yeah, listen to CoStar. If you have someone in your life that you need to cut off today, give them a hefty toll on their bridge. Don't let them cross that shit. That almost sounded like an advertisement. I really could have went with that. Almost. Let's try to have some unbreaking eye contact for the next few minutes, because I haven't really been looking directly into the camera and your soul. I'm kidding. I haven't done a try thing in a while, you know, like one of those episodes of Mars Tries things. I just haven't really been in the headspace for adding too much to my plate right now besides this and like life and everything else. But I'm sorry for hitting the microphone. My bad. But I've been thinking. I know that's dangerous. I've been thinking I'm probably going to start blogging again, including doing the podcast and writing the book and doing the Mars Tries things, even if it's a pain in the ganache, I think. And building the community and learning about all that stuff while jumping in and doing it, because I am admittedly not working to my 110%. And I know I have a small thing against always working with your 110%, but the thing is I have no excuse not to be right now. I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. But at the end of it, when I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking about my day and I'm thinking about how much work I got done, I am a little proud. I'm a little like, oh, well, you know, you did the thing, pat on the back. But then the thought creeps in and it's like, you could be doing more. Work harder, work faster, productivity. It whispers to me. And it's myself, because it's analyzing my day, and it's seeing the habits and the patterns I've formed in order to be able to have the day that I have now, to be the level of an advocate for myself that I have been this year, which is actually something that I can safely say that, yeah, if I've ever set out to accomplish a New Year's resolution or a New Year's goal or something like that, a New Year's experience, I think I did the damn thing. Still not perfect there. I still have 3 months to see what actually happens. But that means I have 3 months to listen to that voice in my head that's telling me to do more. I can't have any more of this bullshit where I'm scrolling on my phone or just staring out my window thinking, because guess what? I'm yelling at myself now. Guess what, motherfucker? You can do that shit, that thinking shit you do when doing nothing, while doing shit. So go out there, go kick some ass, because I know you can. It took me a long time to actually kind of believe in your worth and potential, Mars, but damn it, good job. We're finally there. It's not perfect. I still kind of hate myself just a little bit, but I think that's needed, because now I won't not be listening to that voice in my head just a little bit more, especially when it's trying to steer me toward the goals that I have set for myself, which is building that damn community and connecting the humans of the world to each other, which means creating all of the stories and the products and the vices and the stuff that I think would actually be more of like a benefit to people. It means doing the only thing I know how to do the best, which is be myself and do the damn things I want to do, which I think will leave behind my actual legacy. Hopefully a better world or a better place or a better spot, a safe place for the people I leave behind when I finally leave this world. I've got this. And I think you've got this too, because guess what? You wouldn't have made it halfway through this episode or even a half an hour into this episode if you didn't believe in yourself just a little bit. Or you wouldn't be standing here right now, listening, existing. And guess what? That is something I am proud of you for. And come here. Hold on. Stormy is proud of you too. Purr at the microphone. Do it. Stormy is proud of you too. If you were on the camera episode, that would have been a hilarious moment if you like cats. That was a rejection. And I feel a little hurt, not gonna lie. DJ. Hi, sweetie. And this is DJ, who has no fear and wants to go back to exploring. Oh, do you want to stay a lab cat? No? Okay, goodbye. With that being said, the three of us are proud of you for existing today, for being human, or a creature or some sorts, and just being here on this earth right now in this space and time. Including the time that you are listening to this, because this is pre-recorded, just saying. Just gotta be transparent about that. I feel like I could continue to talk about things. I could probably talk about the educational guest on Sunday, which that episode is gonna be up Monday. Or I could talk about the book, where I'm at with it. I could talk about how 20-year me wouldn't recognize me. I mean, she probably would, but like, I don't know. She'd recognize me by face. She would be able to be like, oh, hey, that's older me. But like, she wouldn't, I don't know, recognize my habits, choices, or actions. I think she'd probably be like, damn, did we enter another timeline? Who are you? Are you from another timeline? And I'd have to be like, no, this is the same timeline. I can't say much. Are you sure? I mean, you are me. I guess that would make sense. You would probably know. Mars, just shut the fuck up. I am me from the future, or you from the... I'm one of us from the future. You are me from the... I only have a few minutes. Just go tell the people of Earth to keep going and stuff, and like remember to breathe, and like just also remember like time, you know, teach stuff and like inspire stuff. Oh god, didn't think I'd get nervous talking to myself. Send me back, I come in peace. And that was an act, a whole act, a complete improv of an act. I decided that I do those things sometimes just on my own space, and TikTok was a very helpful outlet for that. This is my show. I need to remember that. I need to remember that I don't need to seek your approval. Even though I feel like I do. The internet has taught me otherwise. Internet and popularity contests have taught me otherwise. But anyway, just living life has taught me that I don't need to. Different topic for different day, sorry. But this is my show. This is the Digital Quill podcast. I am the Digital Quill. I am Mars Wilson. I created this. So like, you're going to get my stupid antics, my improvisations, because some English word I can't pronounce because I've been having a trouble, or I hate I hate how I sometimes have trouble with my speech. And sometimes the only thing that really helps is taking a minute to really slow down and like slow it the fuck down. Which is why I hate when people are like, sometimes I notice you get really slow all of a sudden. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Why don't you? When you deal with ADHD and a hyperactive mind, sometimes I forget just how hyperactive it is. And I've done a lot of meditation, a lot of self-guided hypnosis, a lot of therapy, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. And it took me a long time to like realize just in my own self. Excuse me. Just how much breathing and like coming back to like centered, focused self kind of helps recenter the connections in the brain to not be so excitable. I'll be right back. Sorry, my allergies decided to start attacking me literally out of nowhere. I hate that. Anyway. Being able to come back to my center of focus and my center of self kind of gives me the ability to go from pretty much what you just saw to a little more calm and collected and able to think and thought process easier in real time and have an actual conversation. But it's actually something I've also been practicing a lot more recently, especially since that's something I noticed with doing this podcast with myself, which is another reason I started it, is to like get better at speaking. I'm not good at it. I have things working against me. But like, I have no excuse not to try to implement tools and practices I've learned from other people and from reading and from experience to try to be more clear and be more pronounced and actually use my voice and my vocal box and myself as I should. I hope that by watching me try to experience life, if you struggle or feel alone or feel lost, I want to create light and like pathways, because like we're not going to agree on things. We're not always going to see eye to eye. We're not always going to be able to have conversations. We need to know when to be able to step back for both ourselves and like other people, and like vice versa. I need to know that too. So I hope you take my experiences. I hope you take my guests' experiences, whoever they may be. Because I'm not always going to agree with every one of them. I'm not always going to know every one of them, or, but they are going to have something to learn from. Some gleam of knowledge. And I am an omni-seeker of sorts, so it makes sense. The guest on Sunday is a cannabis guest. It's going to be an in-person episode, and the setup's going to look a little different from what I've been doing. I might be recording with other product that isn't my own. I will have to be getting with someone who will be helping me with that. I'm excited for this. This guest is a very busy person. This guest has a lot of stuff to teach when it comes to various things. I'm not going to give away too much. But they also hold their own events, so I might be able to learn from them how to increase events like movie nights. First things first, I'm going to start creating some flyers. Life is absolutely batshit bonkers insane. But we can make it better together. And on that note, because my allergies are bad and I still have other stuff to do, and I don't even know, it's 9:30. Goodbye. Fuck. Okay. Have a great day, humans of Earth. Keep going. Don't stop. Drink some water. Breathe some air. Go find some friends. Smile at a neighbor, even if you say nothing. Practice those face moving muscles. Hug someone today. Hug yourself. That's not shameful. You can hug yourself. It's cool. And if you need to, go do it in a private place. You know, like your bedroom. Or, I don't know. Go hug yourself. Or hug someone. As always, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you next time. Thank you for tuning into episode 71 of the Digital Quill podcast. I will see you Monday. Bye for now.